We are backstage at the Kelowna Community Theatre, and right now Great Big Sea is doing a sound check for what is a momentous occasion. Today marks the actual anniversary of the band. It goes back almost 2 decades.
18 years today.
Today!
It's our 18th anniversary.
March 11th, 1993 was the first time myself and Sean and Bob and Darryl played together.
Where was that at?
At the Thompson Student Centre at Memorial University of Newfoundland, opening for the Irish Descendants, and it was magic. It was great. I broke 3 strings and we played 6 songs and got into a fight. It was a perfect start.
From that perfect start, the band has worked hard, recording and touring relentlessly. From the big theaters of today to some smaller clubs on their first trip here. The first time I saw you guys was on that trip to Penticton.
Fateful gig in Tiffany's.
Tiffany's.
I remember that night because it was a night that Bob beamed himself coming off stage for the encore.
I did.
We were so excited.
Yeah, I felt like I could knock myself out cold in order to improve the performance.
Yeah, and it's funny that like after doing 700 million gigs, like you don't remember the night you played Ordinary Day spectacularly well. You don't remember the specifics of any song or whatever, anything that actually is important to the concert. You remember, that's the place where we got the really good Italian sub, or that's the place where Bob beamed himself in the Okanagan.
I was listening to the new record, and it struck me that you can't really say there's a Great Big Sea sound necessarily, but the feeling is there or something. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, it's a kind of a thing that bands chase their whole careers, right? Like this thing where you can actually play any kind of music you want, but it still sounds like you somehow.
We came from a folk world, and that kind of singing and that kind of performing is different from a pop world. And even though we live and work, in a kind of a rock and roll environment, we still bring with us that idea of how to sing and how to perform folk songs, and that just kind of infects everything. So whether or not there's a ton of tin whistle or accordion in a song, or whether there's a ton of electric guitar, doesn't seem to matter anymore, because the essence of what we do is our approach to it. And like Alan says, no matter what song we play now, that's here.
Asking for a shovel and they'll dig you a hole. Put the coffee on, drag you in from the cold. If you get lost, they'll show you where to go. Even give you a ride.
With the years has come the freedom to make the music that they want.
Because when you're a younger band, you're kind of afraid. You're so busy trying to introduce yourself and define what you are to the rest of the country that you don't often allow yourself the freedom to go, well, Great Big Sea can't play a rock and roll song or a bluegrass song. And of course, as you get, more fans and more experience, that you just go, just have a fun time singing a song and let it live in whatever world it wants to.
How tough are you on the songs that you bring to it, like each other's stuff? I mean,
Pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal. I'm sure it's the part that everyone dreads the most. Having to submit your songs to the greater collective, and then also to have to tell your buddy that you really don't like the song that he really likes, and it's going to be a racket. You're trying to not have a racket, but that's kind of the biggest test of it all, and we just kind of got used to it now. We just go like, and you kind of come around to going like, I don't want the band to do this song if they don't like it.
One criteria for new songs seems to be they have to be fun to play live. The band thrives on its live shows.
And we have always set out from the beginning to make Great Big Sea a Great Big Sea concert, something that people did.
And even if it's night 32 or 40 for us, we have to share that. They had to feel like it's just as special for us as it is for them. And you can't pretend that. You can't act that. You have to believe it. And that's the skill of the job, is go out there every night and make it special for everybody in that room.
And since I first saw them that night, maybe 15 years ago at Tiffany's in Penticton, always wanted to ask them this one question. Would you teach me a song? A couple of chords? I got my guitar here. I brought it.
Go do it.
I brought it so that you could maybe sign it for me.
Absolutely.
When I first got a guitar, and I was trying to learn like basic 3-chord stuff,
Do it.
I know that's
and I thought,
Wait, is there a fourth one?
figure out.
Lukey's Boat is easy, man.
Yeah.
Play a G. Can you play a G?
Yeah.
And then a C. And then a D. So you go, O G G G to a C to a D, G G G to a C, and the whole song is basically G C. Yeah. I'll show you a great trick. This is the Angus Young power chord G. Play it like this. Check it this out.
Yeah. Okay. Show me.
This is awesome. So you play G like this.
Yeah.
Or like this. Put these 2 guys there, and just play that guy and mute the second one.
Take that to the bank.
That is a rock and roll G. Look at that.
That's
the
a rock and roll
happiest
G.
of
All right.